Well, hello and welcome to this thought for today. Now, along with my husband and a couple of friends, we took part in a quiz last night to have some fun and to raise some money for Christian Aid. There were about 6 teams in all and we came third. Not bad going really, as there seemed to be an awful lot of questions to do. Geography isn't one of my strongest subjects. Sometimes I'm not quite sure what it really is. But I enjoy watching quiz shows. There's quite a lot of them on telly these days, isn't there? They range from Mastermind and University Challenge to Pointless and The Chase. And now there's a new one, the 1%. I like to try and answer the questions. And I consider myself quite clever if I can get one right in the whole of University Challenge. Perhaps 1 or 2 from the general knowledge of the Mastermind section. And the only ones I ever seem to manage on Only Connects is the last round where there are missing letters. Now the new show, the 1%, well, it seems to me to deal with a lot of logic and visual questions, almost testing to see if your mind works in a particular way. How many shoes, for instance, or what letter is the next in the sequence? And all of those to be answered within 30 seconds. Now, with those sorts of questions, I think that quite often or not, you will either see the answer pretty quickly or you won't see it at all until the understanding behind it is all revealed. Though I dare say, if you practiced enough of these types of questions, then they might well become a bit easier. Now, you'll often hear contestants saying on quiz shows that it's always easy sitting in the comfort of your own home and shouting the answers at the telly. And they're probably quite right, because after all, in the studio, there's going to be lights, cameras, breaks in the filming, and of course pressure. Both time pressure to get the right answers, and also that pressure of perhaps, can we win all of that money? There are, of course, some people who like to apply to go on quiz shows just to either be on the telly or to pit their brains against other people and perhaps see how clever they really are. Now, although I like watching quiz shows, I would never want to go on one now, although I did in the past apply for a show, but I didn't get on it. Of course, nowadays, I don't seem to be able to recall many of the things that I do, or indeed did know, very quickly. Indeed, there are times when I don't seem to be able to remember much at all. I forgot that I was doing thought for the day today, despite it being written in my diary. I'll often joke to people about having to write everything down, but I think it's quite true these days. And have you ever done that thing where you've turned your computer off and then just remembered, I was supposed to do such and such? Yeah. That happens to me quite a bit. As I've come to discover, probably along with an awful lot of you, that our brains are quite complex and that each one of us has certain preferred ways in which we learn. Some like to read everything. Other people prefer to be shown and have that hands-on experience. Or it might be a mixture of the both. But however we like to learn, there's one thing for sure, and we're not going to be good at everything. And one of the reasons is that we can't do everything. We have to decide what it is we want to specialise in, and also what talents God has given to us. We may be artistic, and so we can paint and draw exquisitely. Or we may be musical. Or perhaps we're very good with words, and we can write books. Or perhaps you have a mathematical flair. And then, of course, there are those who are very good at taking care of other people and looking after them. There are so many different things that each one of us is capable of doing and achieving. Now, for myself, I have found that this has changed as I've grown older. I remember that my first Saturday job was helping in a little corner shop. And then I became a filing clerk. I really enjoyed putting things into order. And then one of my first full-time jobs was as in an accounts office. Numbers came easily to me then. Now I leave the numbers to other people, as I now try and share the good news of Jesus and show people what a force for good he can be in their lives, as he has been in mine. And as I was growing up, the role of priest was never one that ever appeared on my horizon out of all the lists of jobs I might do. But here I am now as one. And people say that God doesn't have a sense of humour. And did you know? He also enjoys a party. So quiz shows are all about remembering things quickly. Things that you've heard about, perhaps seen on telly, places you've visited or things you've read about. But none of those things really matter. One of the most important things in your life is your relationship with God and with other people. God doesn't mind whether you're good at recalling facts for quizzes or not. He's concerned with how you live your life and how you treat other people. He wants us to follow his example and be there for others and help when we can. God meets us on our level, and this will be different for each one of us, as we're all different and unique. We are all equally loved by God. Now, there may be times when we don't understand why God allows things to happen, such as disease and war, but we have to trust that somehow or other it is because of a far greater plan, one that we will probably never fully understand. We just have to trust that all will be well and continue to live our lives helping our neighbours as best as we can. Well, thank you for listening today, and sorry it was a bit late. I forgot. Until the next time, God bless you all. Bye-bye.